on our YouTube channel. All right. So why CTrader? Like I shared with you guys, I've been trading now essentially since 2018. That's essentially when I picked up Forex and started taking it seriously. I mean, well, not seriously, but started paying attention to Forex. 2017, and at that time, the popular platform then and still even now is MT4. MT4 and its older brother or cousin MT5. So those are the in tech language we call them the legacy systems. Legacy in the sense that they are the older ones. They are the almost like the pioneering systems. But if you've used MT4 and then you try to use CTrader, the difference is almost like day and night. It's like somebody who's used to driving an old, okay, for those who drive, an old Volkswagen, maybe 3-speed or 4-speed, where manual old, vis-a-vis a new maybe Lamborghini that is automatic. That's the main difference. In other words, one is very, very old. It has things that they still work, all right? But if you compare with the new one has so many bells and whistles to a point where it makes the old one look like a joke, like it's not even worth it. Okay. So first things first, I'll walk you through how it looks like and then some of the key features. So when you go to your web browser and you type www.csportwear.com, this is what comes up. Okay. And when it comes up, I think it comes up with a lot of things, becomes like a very busy screen. Yeah, something like that. Oops. So this is how it comes up. The default settings are something like that. And I know it's kind of messy for now. It's almost very discouraging, which is fine. So the first thing you do after you've typed this www.csport.com, this is the page that comes up once it opens up. So the first thing you want to do, you want to look at the right-hand side, this window here, and you want to close it. Because once you don't even need it actually. So normally I just go ahead and close it. So for those of you who can see, I'll use bigger pen. So this window on this side, on the left-hand side, okay, that's the one you close. How do you close it? Well, you come to layout, okay? You come to layout here, and you unclick the middle active symbol, and then it disappears. All right. Then you have this thing on the left-hand side right here. Again, this is good, but at this point you don't need it, so you want to remove it. How do you remove it? You just go up here. I don't know if you can see this thing here. Okay, I'm going to use a big pen. So you go up here and you click on that point. You click on that, then this thing here will disappear. So we've gotten rid of the one on the right. Now we're getting rid of this thing on the left. Why? Because we want a bigger space for looking at the charts. So you go there, you click on it, and it disappears. All right, so now this is what we have. By default, normally it comes with a think about 4 screens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to reduce this to 4. Okay, and it comes something like this. So that's the default when you start your system. So you don't want all those 4 screens. Again, at your level, we want you to use 1 screen for a start. Once you get comfortable, then you can use 2, especially when you start doing the scalping strategy. So how do you shut down these windows? Well, if you've used any of the Microsoft products, or most software that have web, or not a web, but have a GUI interface, it's graphical user interface, you just minimize. See, like here, there's an X. There's an X on each of these windows here. Okay, so you just go and you click on them. I click on this one, it disappears. Then I want to remove all of them except one. So I can go to the one on the right, remove it. Okay, now we have two. This is good, especially if you're going to be doing scalping. Okay, but again, I'm teaching you about the platform, not the strategy. So let's focus first on the platform. So you remove the other one, and so you have your platform. All right. So we've taken care of the mess on the right and the mess on the left and the different charts. So we have one chart. This is what you use for your planning and your trading and so on and so on. So then the question is, okay, fine, now I have the chart. So then how do I trade? Okay. Well, before you can trade, we want you to set up your chart. And the best way of setting up is by allowing yourself to not to have like MT4 where you take a trade and then you have to, put your sell stop, the stops and the profits, So this one you can automate. By automating, I mean you can set up the system so that when you just click once, the system knows that you want to enter a trade and take profit. Okay, and also put a stop loss all at the same time without having to do one at a time. So what do we do? So the third thing we're going to do here, we're going to set how we shall trade. Basically, setting means you're giving the system instructions on how I will be trading. So this is what you click. The third thing you're doing, you are going to click at this thing here. Okay, written. It's called arrows. The setting, sorry. So my arrow has gone to the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, and let me see if I can remove this thing. Okay, there. So this thing here that looks like, I don't know what it's like. Anyway, it's called settings. Let me go there now. So we come here, it says settings, you click on it, and this is the window you get. Now, in the last class you had with Ken, I think he took you through this, but now I just want to go through this to kind of refresh you, but give you a highlight, focus on really the main focus of what we shall be doing. Our goal by doing that settings is actually to spend more time on this thing here, the quick trades. This is really our main focus. But nevertheless, let's start from the top. On the properties, it tells you your account number. Chances are, when you do this enter by using spot, whatever, up here, ctsports.com, it will give you by default a demo account with an account number. Usually, if you logged into the browser using your Gmail or something, then this account will be associated with your Gmail account. Sometimes when you're ready to go live, you may then have to, log in with the company, with the broker. But there are videos on how to do that, even with this platform. So that's account number. And then this is the currency. Now, I always suggest you use a USD currency. And my bias, well, maybe because it's easier to deal with, but it's the most widely used currency in the world, USD. And that's why I use it. The leverage I want you to take, normally the default is 100, but some people put higher leverage or lower leverage. For now, just take 100. The reasoning will come later. But, for those who have been in class before, you know that sometimes when you make this number smaller, you start increasing your risks, your risk on the trade. If you make the number too big, then it's unrealistic. it's not real. So you want it to be as almost as real as possible to mimic the real market. So that when you take a trade of maybe one pip, okay, one pip, you want at the end of the day that one pip to equal $10. But again, I'll spare you the details. Just remember that now the leverage of 100 is a good start. Okay. Then account type is hedging. Now this is just the typical finance hedging. So it's been hedged, right? The next thing you have there, so typically I would have just run through this very quickly, but again, it's a class. So I'll click on the email and you see all these things have been checked. For most people, they don't mind. They don't mind getting 1,000 emails, every day or, but for somebody like me who's a scalper and I take anything from 100 to 1,000 trades in one day. Can you imagine getting 1,000 emails in one day? Because it's saying they want to give you email alerts. So for me, if you're going to be taking just one or two or three trades, it's okay, but I suggest you unclick them and click them all. Otherwise, you'll be getting emails each time your trade moves and so on. Even the statements, I don't want emails. Then that is general, gives you the language of choice. Too bad there's no Swahili or Luo or Bemba or what, Tigala or something. All those East African languages, they're not there. But yeah. Sounds, yes. Color, default. Here, I don't mess around with anything. I leave them like that. Assets tells you everything you use here, currencies, what, and the units, cryptos, and so on. So, market watch, daily change. So, all these things here, don't worry about them. The only place you want to focus on is the quick trade, which is this one. So, this is our focus. And our focus is you want to be able to click just once to take a trade. That's why we have the click trade option. Now, for some strange reason, some people like to double click. They like the sound of tick tick, So yeah, that's fine. You can double click to take your trade, which is okay. This one, if you have a touch screen and you want to, disable everything, you can actually use, that one. Open an order screen on click, or actually, it allows you to open the order thing just when you click on the order, the screen comes up like a pop-up, like something like this. So to me, all those that's a lot of noise. I don't need that. I need to just be able to say I want to buy and click buy and it buys. So that's a single click. So what do you need to know on the single click? Well, the single click enables you to look at the market and decide, okay, the market is here and it seems like it's going up and I want to buy. So what do? Click buy. That's it. I want to click sell. I want to sell without having to worry about those details. So those details are here. This is what you use for setting up the details. If you're going to enter the market without pending orders, you look at this tab called market and you set your stop loss and you set them up. Okay, so click on it and then you specify. Like I said, you know me, I normally put 35 or 50. Okay? During summertime, because right now we're in summer months, sometimes the weeks can be a little long, so you can do between 35 and 50 pips, doesn't matter. You very rarely get to use this stop loss, yeah, but once in a while it happens. But this is where you are mostly concerned. You take profit. Again, this by default, these things will actually not be there, they'll be gray. So you click on them, then you specify, then you click on this, and then you specify your take profit. Now, for the strategy that I'm showing you guys, usually 10 pips is good. If the market is not very good, now for me, later on, then I change this to my scalping strategy, and normally I just change it to 2. Okay, 2 or 3. All right. So because I like to take very many trades. But for the sniper strategy, I use just 10 pips. All right, and then you click apply. Now that is market. That means you look at the market and you just click, take the trade. Then we have the other pending orders. Pending orders means you've automated everything. You are telling the market that when the market reaches here, I want to enter. Okay, or when it reaches here, I want to enter. If it's going up, I want to enter and go up with it. That is called a buy stop. If it's going down, you're saying the market reaches down here, I want to enter and go down with it. That's called a sell stop. Okay, so you go to the stops and you enter the same thing. The stop loss, okay, which could be 35 or 50, doesn't matter. Okay, and then you take profit, which in this case 10, for the pending order strategy, scalping strategy. No, not scalping, but our usual sniper strategy. Excuse me. And then the limit part, I think I've always avoided bringing it up, but today, because I'm sharing with you what the platform does, today I will introduce the limits. If you want to take a limit, first, what a limit is, okay? So those are the buttons, by the way. So I've applied, but even if you do the limit, you would quickly put your take profit, a stop loss, and take profit, the way you've done the rest, okay? And then you click on apply. So you'll see something happening on the right-hand side, at the top right-hand side. It will acknowledge what you've done, which is good. Then you close that. So what have we done? What we've done is we've enabled this powerful thing here, the sell button, okay, and this button to now take trades using those specifications. However, for the pending orders, now buy stop and sell stop are considered pending orders, and they only work in the direction of the market. So if the market here is going up, if I want to go up here, I can, if it's a future trade for a buy, it must be a buy stop. So like now I can say, I've looked here and I see this market when it goes up, maybe up to somewhere here, I want to take a trade after that wick. So I go up a little bit, I right click, okay. If you right click, you will see a buy stop. But if you look carefully, you don't see a sell stop. Okay. I don't know if you guys can you see that there? Oops, sorry. Can you see the option there? I noticed that on my screen, normally this half cannot be seen. Can you guys see that? Can you see where the cursor is?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So please note that because I have assumed the market is going up, so that'll be a buy, the options available will only be a buy stop. You'll not see a sell stop up there. And that's why sometimes people ask, oh, I can't see the sell. I can't sell when I'm there. I'm like, no, of course you can't sell because it's a buy stop, pending order buy. Now, if you decide that the market will break down here or after that, and you want to put a pending sell order below, because it's below the market now, yes, now you can put a pending sell order. And that's where if you right click, you'll see a sell stop. This time you'll not see a buy stop. All right. So please note the direction. If you're going up, it means you're buying. So you'll see a pending buy stop. If you're going down, you'll see a sell. You'll see a pending sell stop sign. Now, the buy limit and the sell limit, I had avoided to bring it up before, but now I need to tell you what a sell limit and the limit orders. Limit orders are very interesting. They assume, or rather, you are assuming at this point in time that you kind of know what the market will do at a particular time. So if I take a 4-hour chart here, in fact, let me take a daily. No, 4 hours is good enough. So you've changed this to 4 hours. Okay, so we have this. So you come and draw your support and resistance. So this is your support at the bottom, and then your resistance at the top. Okay. A limit order assumes that you have done your analysis and you're saying that let's pretend that the market is okay. So please indulge me. Let's pretend that we didn't know where the market was. So I'm going to try and see if I can cover some things here. Okay. So let's pretend you didn't know all this. Okay. The market was here and we didn't know all these things. Okay. In fact, we're not aware of what is about to happen. We only know up to here. Maybe even here actually. All right. And we have drawn this from before, from previous highs and previous lows. And now we've drawn this and you see it just touched there, just touched there too, and just touched there. So just the fact that the market has come and touched this, it has gone up and touched this, it has come down and touched this, it means it's consolidating between here and there, between this support and this resistance. So it means the market will actually be going up and revisiting this resistance point. So you can come here and you can right click and set a limit order. Please note that the market is going up, but now you want to put a sell limit. Sell limit means when the market comes and climbs and it reaches there, you are giving an order. You're telling the market automatically enter me into a sell. Why? Because I know that the market will come down. All right. And then you can also say in here, I also want to put a buy limit order. So the market is coming from down, from up coming down. When it reaches down, you set another called buy limit order. So when the market reaches there, it triggers your buy on your way up. So it's exactly the opposite of the pending orders. And I didn't want to introduce it earlier to avoid any confusion. But I believe that most of you now are beyond the introduction, the basics. Okay. So now, if this market respects what it has done before, this is 4 hours, we know that it has touched this support zone several times. It's going to go up, and chances it might revisit the highs over there. The market always does what it has done before. So you can set your sell limit here. Please note how it is arrowed, sell limit. If you click on it, it actually sets your trade. Okay, and remember, I've also specified my stop loss, which is minus 35. It automatically puts it over there. And my take profit, it has set already. Okay. Now, if when it comes down here, and I think it will come and touch this and go up again, so I can come here and just above it, again, just above it, I want to set my buy, my sell, my buy limits. Right click, okay, and then I click on the buy limit. Please note where the market is. That's why I'm able to take a buy limit. At this point, I can't take a sell limit, but I can take a buy limit. Click on it and done. So I have two pending orders again. Well, they're pending, but they're called limit orders. You've just requested the system that if the market goes up and touches that thing and wants to come down, I want to enter into that trade coming down. Okay, and if it comes down, I think it will touch this line and want to go up. So you've actually made an order. All right. Don't use it unless you want to practice it. For now, with the strategy I've shared with you guys, you don't need the limit orders. But for those of you who have made so many pips and just want to play around with that idea, fine. You can knock yourself out on that. All right. So we have set up we know how to do our setups for our trades, which is good. The other things I want to mention, so by the way, I think I'm going to kill these orders because I don't need to have them. They're pending orders, but they're pending limit orders. Oh, so this is where this ribbon here, okay, sorry. Those orders we took were pending orders and their limits, the types are limits. So in fact, I think I should go ahead and introduce the pending orders here. So assuming we want to do a pending order here above this spot, okay, I can come here and right click and do a buy stop. See, now you'll have a buy stop. So the type of order is buy stop. And then I can also go down beyond here and do a sell stop, a pending order sell stop. Okay. So these two are different from those two. This two means when the market reaches there, if it breaks, I want to go along with it. Okay. If it comes down, if it breaks here, I want to go down with it. Those are the pending buy and sell stop. But the limit orders are different. Means if this market goes here, then I know it will come down and I want to come down with it. So the market will trigger on its way down. I want to come with it. Okay. Similarly, the market will come down and once it goes wherever it's going and it wants to come back on its way up, I want to enter the trade. So you're just giving instructions. So once you become a little expert, more comfortable with setting up trades, you almost don't have to spend time on the charts anymore because you can do all these things even over the weekend on Sunday night after the market's open, or like in this case, before. You see the pending orders, I've set them up, the market is not moving, but they are alive. On Monday, they just continue being alive until they're triggered. Okay. All right. Where do you see those trades you've taken? You see them on this ribbon here at the bottom. So we do have the orders, okay, pending orders. Okay. Most of them will appear here, but the type of order will be either a buy stop, sell stop, or buy limit or sell limit. Okay. The direction will be a buy or a sell. The currency, right now I'm just using Euro USD. I'm going to show you how to add more currencies if you want in a minute. The lot size or the quantity lot size, right now I'm using 0.5. You can change that. Okay? You can change that. Yours by default will come with 0.01. So for now, because you're practicing, please stick to 0.01. Okay. So your take profit is there, your sell stop is there. So that is done. So we know what this tab does. Once they're triggered, they become active positions. You will see them there. Okay. And these are the price alerts you keep getting via emails and so on, like taking profit or you're making a loss. Then the transactions details will be there. Usually I get a lot of questions. I think you've seen a lot of questions in the platform. The question is, okay, so where are my trades? I've taken my trades. Where are they? Well, the trades are at the bottom of this ribbon here. So those are positions. Once they become alive, you see them here. Okay. History. History is all the trades you've taken. Okay. So like for me on this account that I've been sharing with you guys, this gives me history from the time I started using this account. Okay. So the reds are losses, and the greens are profit. Okay, so sometimes you find there are a lot of big losses. Okay, but generally mostly profits. Remember, I'm teaching you how to make profits, so you cannot avoid the losses. The losses inevitably are there. So all my demo accounts, if you look, they all have mostly greens and a few reds. So that's just one of the accounts. So if I go to like this one, sometimes I get bored because you take an account and you start increasing it, you're making it better, and then you're like, okay, now there's nothing more. But I use this for the class. Let me see. Okay. I don't know which one this is. Last 3 months. No, current month. This must be an old account. Anyway, that's not the point. But anyway, if you want to see your statements, and this is what people were asking me, so I don't see my trades like last week or 2 days ago. Well, they're here. You can specify. You can say last 3 days. You can say today's account, today's trades. You can see that. You can look at, you can specify the period that you want. Again, all that detail is here. Now, when you do trade, there is also your statements, which you can see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the one I was using last week. On this ribbon, if you look to the right, okay, it will give you your statements, your current statement, or you can specify when you click on it, it gives you a screen. I don't know if that is showing, but it will give you a screen that has a statement which you can then save as Excel. Okay, so if you click on the save, it will bring an Excel sheet. Okay, which then will open up and you can look at your statements. So again, I don't want to get into that particular detail, but just know that you have a tab for your statements. Let me see if I can stop this. Okay, I've just been alerted that we have 5 minutes. I always don't like this because this. Okay, 1 second. So what I will do is, you will allow me, rather than suffer the same problem we keep having, it's easier for me to set the next session. In other words, I can log out and relog in and then set the link, send the link to the group. And Vincent, please log in back because we need your examples. There's some examples and a few things that Vincent just brought it up to me today, to my attention today, which I thought was very interesting to share to the group. So I guess I'm trying to encourage you guys not to disappear when we, add extra time on this platform. Well, and now that I'm home, I hope you guys will understand. I will now set up that system where we don't have to worry about being timed out. So for now, yes, but very soon we'll never have to worry about logging out and then logging in. Okay. All right. So can you guys give me just 1 minute and then I will re-log in and then we will continue for your questions and answers. Vincent from Cape Town has some very interesting observation that he has made, which I actually asked him to share in the group. So log out, or rather, let me log you out and then I log in again and send you the link. So just hang in there just a minute. Okay. So